Zeno's Master Beats.
Now, before we get into it, just a heads up. I am not a mental health professional. What I share here is based on personal experiences and opinions. If you are dealing with a serious mental health crisis, you need to speak to someone immediately. Reach out to a professional. They know exactly what to do to help you. The information and advice that I give are for general insights, not a substitute for personal help. Please understand that your choices are your own. Now, let's do this journey together and remember, it's all about personal growth. So, now let's get into today's episode. All right. Welcome to Becoming a Butterfly Podcast, the place where it's never too late to become your better self. I'm your host, Christina Butterfly, also known as Chrissio the Artist, and I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited to be here with you another week. We are on episode 16. Yeah. First of all, let me say this. I want to apologize for 15 being so late. It was a lot of technical difficulty. It was a lot of things going on. I really believe it was the universe, it was the energy testing me, testing to see if I really want this thing. I really truly want this thing. I've been having to let go of a lot of things. I've had to stay focused on the goal, continue to not allow circumstances and situations make me want to just quit. Okay. But I am staying focused, y'all. I am staying focused on the goal. I know the direction that I'm going. I know what I want to do. I understand the assignments. You feel me? Like I understand the assignment. Like my assignment is to help guide you to whatever goal and purpose you were trying to reach. Because see, I know to reprogram your mind that nothing, like absolutely nothing that you have gone through in your past will stop you. And how do I know? Because I've done the work and I know all the things that have happened to me in my past, it is going to help take me to where I need to be. Everything that had me in bondage, y'all, is going to free me, y'all. It's going to free me financially. It's going to free me. And not just me, because what I'm asking to be blessed with is so that I can come back and bless others who feel like they can't get off of Social Security. They can't get over their mental health issues. They can't get over their abuse. They gotten too old. I'm too old to go back and trying to wake up some old dreams. Huh? I'm trying to tell people that fear, that little thing called fear, is keeping us held back. So that was a nice little long entry. But the truth is, guys, is that I'm not going to let nothing, I don't care what circumstances is happening behind the scenes. Your girl is going to stay here and stay consistent. So just know, if a video don't drop, it's just something behind the scenes going on, and my finances haven't met up to be able to meet a lot of the problems that I need to be met. So, I got to just stay consistent, go on the back end, make some phone calls, figure some things out, look at some YouTube videos, and figure it out until we get it uploaded. And of course, we got it uploaded because it's episode 16. But speaking of episode 15, since it was so late, we're going to go over it like we do every doggone week, especially and. It's so funny that episode 15 was so much because let me tell y'all how it was one of my favorite episodes to do next to this one that we going to do today. Because today we going to talk about how to find your true purpose. Yeah. We're going to talk about 5 steps to create a life with purpose. And this is just the beginning steps. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we going to touch purpose a lot on this podcast. A lot of the topics that we talked about this week we're going to dive deep into it as we grow in this podcast. You understand me? Like, because this is my lane. This is what I'm supposed to do. All right. I am your mindset coach. That's what I'm here to help reprogram your mind so you can reach them goals that you had tucked in that drawer and told yourself that it's not possible to reach. It's not possible to do. I'm about to show you that it is, y'all. You just have to pivot a little bit. You might have to tweak a little bit. You might have to do some things that you're not used to doing. Huh? But it starts with affirmations. Yeah. What's one of the ways to start? And we start on the elementary level because that's where I started. You can't skip no steps. We cannot skip no steps. So to recap episode 15, we talked about the power of affirmation and speaking your future. Speaking it into existence. As churchgoers growing up, I was born and raised in church. And one of the things that I hold on tight to is saying that your tongue is a double-edged sword. You can either speak death or you can speak life. It is completely up to you. Whatever you say, it is so, y'all. It is so. It is absolutely so. So if you keep waking up saying that your life and your chances of reaching your dreams is gone, you done got too old, I'm over 40, I'm over 50, remember Colonel Sanders started his restaurant in his 50s. I'm just saying. Just saying. So the first step is to set goals and to set some smart goals. All right. Smart, attainable goals. Goals that you know that you can reach. Things that make sense. Now, that don't mean you don't have your big goal. You have that big dream. You have that big destination. It's how you going to get there is the goals you're going to start with. Because thinking all the way through is too big. That's too complicated. Life is too complicated. Curveballs happen. Things, y'all. Things, all kind of things, especially when you start planning, when you start getting serious about where you want life to go and you get like tunnel vision of this is it. Start life. And when we are so used to living in our lives on a lower vibration, honestly, when we're used to being on Social Security, like I'm used to getting my food stamps. Okay. I love getting my food stamps. I'm keeping honest. It terrifies me of having to spend cash on my food stamps. One of the reasons why I said I had to have my own business. Because if it's just about me having a job and not having my stamps, me and these kids is gonna starve. That's just the real deal. That's my reality. You understand me? But I also know that I don't want to spend the rest of my life on Social Security because that means I need to spend the rest of my life in poverty and have the rest of my life on Social Security. And that's just not an option. It's just not an option. Like, I want freedom now. Like, I'm at this age of my life. I will be 45 years old soon. Yeah, when this drop out, my birthday hasn't come yet. Birthday, June 12th. Put it in your calendar. You see your girl Cash App. Birthday is June 12th. I'm so excited. I will be 45 years old, y'all. 45. Like I've been on this earth for 45 years. I know I don't look it. I know. It's good. I get it. But I'm a grandmother of 5. I have 4 adult children. All 4 of my children I graduated from high school. All 4 of my children live their individual, unique life that they're creating for themselves. No one's telling them how to live. No one's putting them in a situation and making them feel like their dreams doesn't matter. I've been preaching that to my kids since they was born. Whatever it is you want to do it. I don't care what happens. I don't care how it happens. I don't care what age. One of my daughters want to be a pediatrician. She about to be 29 years old. And because she became a mom at 17 and then had another baby, my grandson, he'll be 3 in June with his mom. Yeah, you can send me a gift. You can send me a cash app for him too. I'll make sure that cash app be right here on the bottom. His birthday is June 9th. My baby will be 3. You feel what I'm saying? And let me tell y'all, to know that I'm going to be young and vibrant enough to watch my grandbaby. So I don't just get to see my children grow up, but I get to see my grandchildren grow up, and my mama get to see her great grandkids grow up. Listen, sometimes what you think is there to destroy you is the very thing that is there to bless you. I never wanted to have kids, let alone be a teen mom. And my mother never wanted to have a daughter who had a baby out of wedlock, let alone a teen mom. But here she is, get to watch her grandchildren and her great grand. And she young up. My oldest granddaughter is 11 years old. My mother gets to watch her great granddaughter. And it's a high possibility that she just might be around to be able to see her great great grandchild. Huh? So when your baby come in the house pregnant, I know it might be something you want to hear. But you don't never know what that blessing is 15, 20 years down the line. So make sure you setting them goals. When you trying to reach a point in your life, you have a direction where you going, nothing's going to happen if you don't sit down and set you some real obtainable, smart, realistic goals. Okay? Creating affirmations that is particular. Like you have to be real specific. Okay? You create your affirmations from your goals. Okay? You take your goal, where you want to go, and you create affirmations behind it. And if you have deal with a lot of negative thinking, what I want you to do is sit down with a piece of paper, and on one side, I want you to write, my stinking thinking. And on the other side, I want you to write, my true north. All them negative thoughts, all that stinking thinking, all them thoughts and feelings and all that you keep telling yourself, I'm too old. I started this at 44 years old. My dream got real focused. Like I understood my purpose here on this earth. Guys, I tell you my story. I was paroled to Trenton. Only thing I knew how to do was art. That's the only thing I knew how to do. Then I had a reading done, and this woman told me that I had a mission. that I was put on this earth for a mission. Everybody don't have a mission. Everybody has a purpose, but everybody don't have a mission. I was put on here for a mission, and what I'm supposed to do don't have anything to do with what I'm doing right now. But what I'm doing right now is going to help lead me to what it is I'm supposed to do. What I was doing then, y'all, was nothing but art. I always knew I had purpose. I always said that I'm going to be a life coach one day. And then I heard God whisper in my ear and say, it's time. It's time. But I didn't want to be a life coach. That's broad. But I had to narrow it down to something that I know, Lord, I know, y'all. Because your girl was addicted to drugs, in and out of jail, teen mom. Yo, I tried to kill myself over 30 times. Like, picture that. Like, think about that. Like, you see this beautiful chocolate girl with this colorful hair sitting in front of your screen looking at you right now, and you really think that I just always was like this? No, darling. I wanted to get to my daddy any means necessary. I just didn't want to bleed out and hurt to do it. That was just the God for honest truth. So every chance I get, I kept trying to take every pills, anything that I can find. I just wanted to go to sleep and wake up daddy. Like, that was the goal. And each and every time, not only God said no, but he left me with my mind. Well, enough to know what direction I needed to go. He allowed me to have to live this unique life. He taught me how to be able to bring my mind back. He taught me that my bipolar is really a gateway of allowing me to live in between dimensions and understand that spirit world is so connected to us to be able to truly live the life we want to live. Like, to be able to connect into that third eye. That's what start to happen when you start breaking down affirmations and taking out them negative thoughts, and you replace it with the I am positive. You replace that thing with your true. See, your I am's yet, and add that at the top. I am, and put true north in parentheses. Y'all, listen. I told y'all I'm creating affirmation bracelets. I am. These are a few of them. We need to have that thing embedded in you. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not good with the writing everything down, and I'm not good with that. So, and I know I'm not the only one. But there's some things you have to sit down and do. And I had to sit down and do this part because, see, you got to get it out of your head. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I had to get books that had journal prompts in it and gave me the instructions and things to do. You got to get thoughts out of your head, because once you get it out of your head and you get it on paper, you read them words, you realize how ridiculous and dumb and how much this stuff don't make any sense. Because if all these things are true, all these things that you're dreaming of, that belief that you think it's not possible, when you look at it and you write that out, you like it very much is. When you start creating them goals, them smart, attainable goals. Listen, if you love to bake, right, and you selling to people in the neighborhood, I want you to understand that you're trading time for money. You're trading your time for money. And at one point in time, that is capable of making you rich. It isn't today. Today, you have to incorporate social media, YouTube, content creation. You got to teach some people stuff. You got to put out some digital product so you can truly live a life of wealth. Otherwise, we're continuously working ourselves to the bone. And that's not just baking. If you're a cook, if you're an artist, I don't care what it is that you do. I don't create art like I would like to on my art channel, because all these years of using my hands, they can be in a lot of pain. And there can be times that I can't do it. One of the reasons why I ask God to give me something that's sustainable that I can do in my sleep. As much as I love creating, it's days I can't do it. I ain't gonna never stop moving. Number 3, daily practice. Create you a morning routine. Because when you start creating these things, and I'm telling you to start creating this routine before you even start acting on your dream. I had to start creating me a morning routine long before I created this podcast. I had to. The last time I tried the YouTube channel, y'all can go see it. It's called Chrisio's Art, Crafts, and Designs. It's about 3 videos, maybe 4 up there. I didn't have the mindset, one, not where I needed it to be. Because it was too easy. Once things got too difficult, it's like, this is too much. And not to say that it wasn't too much, because it was too much. But I also needed to create daily practices of consistency of me doing something. Because, see, if you're not used to being consistent doing something that's not based on you going to work, that's not based on you doing something that someone else is telling you to do, or something you know you have to do that you really don't want to do, no. It's talking about waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do things like meditate, to read, to listen to motivational music or words, to sit in silence, to like literally wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to do absolutely nothing for 3 hours, but developing yourself. Because, see, you got to sacrifice. We want so much and don't want to sacrifice nothing for it. And listen, I get it. I was one of them. And if you grew up in church and you a lot like me, who felt like the very existence of you was a sin, I promise you, you're not. I used to envy my mom. God, I wish that I could be a Christian like her. I just ain't built like that. I don't want to be nowhere every Sunday. I don't. I don't want my faith based on fear. I don't want to have to walk in this fear of being perfect and everybody around me. And them true Christians, y'all dope. But it's not me. And it felt like I wasn't living in my truth. I tried to be Muslim. It wasn't me. But y'all, when I found African spirituality, when I found my ancestor religion, that thing changed my whole life. When I understood why I'm a Gemini, shout out to the queen. I watched her video today telling us about the new full moon. By the time this video come out, the full moon already came and gone. Yeah, and she was saying how we're gonna be is gonna go into Gemini, and whew, she was so right. She said one thing about the Geminis, they're gonna tell you a Gemini, and I'm gonna tell you I'm a Gemini. And I understand why. You know, my first introduction on finding out my sign was a girl asking me what my sign was, me not knowing. And when I told her my birthday, she was like, you a Gemini? Oh, you two-faced it. I can't be your friend. And I was flabbergasted. I was baffled. What are you talking about? Because growing up in a Pentecostal Christian, you're being raised so and believe that astrology doesn't mean anything, that your sign doesn't mean anything. That's such a disservice. That's such a disservice to ourselves First of all, to say that astrology don't mean anything is to say that Mary and Joseph was idiots for following what a North Star is. What? Astrology. To get to their destination and where they needed to go. For us to tell us that herbs and these things, and it doesn't matter. Explain to me why the wise men brought frankincense and myrrh and herbs as gifts. These were the things that I had to reprogram. And I don't blame church. I don't blame them. You know, I really don't. But at the same time, that Christianity mentality with that belief of this is the way of going to God, where else is going to hell, is fear mongering. And if you ask me, it's cult like. That's cult like mentality, to saying that anything else. God gave us multitudes of ways to practice and believe in Him so that multiple of people can be able to find a faith which connects to them and them alone. You ain't got the right to run around telling everybody that you got to be a Christian or you going to hell. You ain't got the right to say that to nobody, because you don't even know if hell really exists. You know how I know? Because you're still here and you're alive. Only people who know hell exists are the people that happen to be in there, if there is one. I happen to believe it's not. Hell is here on earth. I happen to believe that my God isn't that cruel. He's not that cruel to create these beings, that He knows exactly who we are when we get here, to put us in a position to have to throw us in a pit of burningness. I call me skeptical, but I can't. No. Now we got completely off topic. However, daily practices help you bring these things to life. It helps you recognize what your purpose is. Because in order to align all these, to find out what your purpose is you got to know why you exist, right? Like why you was born on the day you were born. It's a reason, baby. It's a reason. And it has everything to do with astrology. It has everything to do with us. Look, even human design. Listen, I heard about human designs a few years ago, and we're going to do a whole podcast on human design. That's not even a part of the schedule, but I'm going to put it in, and we're going to do a whole podcast episode on what my understanding of human design. Okay, I'm only going to talk about what I know, what I understand, and give y'all an introduction. Okay, and as my podcast grow and I get more people subscribing, speaking of that, side note, I have a lot of people watching. I'm looking at the analytics and y'all are watching and y'all enjoying my video, but y'all are not clicking the subscribe button. Okay, now this channel is crawling, y'all. We ain't even started walking yet. Like, I am crawling. Okay, and in order for me to start walking, I need for you to click that subscribe button, and I need for you to click that like button, and I need for you to leave me a comment. Okay, so please, if you want to continue to see me show up here every single week, you want me to be able to show up every week and not have issues, you need to start clicking that subscribe and like so your girl can work her way up to monetization. Okay, it takes money to be able to really grow a business, anything, podcasts, everything. It takes money to do it. And I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep showing up, y'all. That's my word. I promise you. I'm going to keep showing up here every week, because whoever needs to hear this, I'm going to be here for you. I promise you. Promise you. Update, your girl's still on Social Security. I'm still waiting for them stamps. I can't wait till they get it. But that goal is to be a multi-millionaire. I'm shooting for billions. Oh, you see how that almost that I'm shooting for billions because I want to come back in my community and help lift other ones just like me, who's just like me. You just have a dream that you thought died because you became a mom when you was too young to even understand what it was. And you just went on and lived your life. And now you're in your 40s and you're just, it's too late. I promise you it's not. I'm going to prove it. Watch me. You got to, number 4, be convicted. Find your conviction. Find your why. Why is because I truly cannot stomach the thought of living on Social Security in my 60s and 70s. I can't stomach it. Especially since I've been on Social Security since I was 26. No one taught me about stocks, bonds. These are things that I learned later on. And even if they did, in that mindset, I'd have felt like I don't even have the money to invest in anything. Right? By the way, I do have 2 stocks and 1 Bitcoin off of my Social Security. I started this business off my Social Security. And I'm not going to say I didn't get some blessings and some helps, but see, this is the thing when you set your intentions on what you want to do. God, this is why aligning up, having practices, whatever your spiritual alignment is. I don't care if you atheist. I watched a girl on here. She was homeless. She is stone starch atheist. But even that, she had to develop some daily practices. She had to create a routine and she had to have the mindset of believing this thing is going to happen no matter what. And she studied it every single day. What you believe, what you say is so, period, no matter where you're at, no matter your circumstances, no matter the situation, your tongue. That two-sided sword. Whatever you say is so. Life or death is in the power of the tongue. And once you create conviction, once you give yourself that why, that non-negotiable, that you know what, there is no other option. I am sick and tired of this welfare check. I'm tired of my kids coming asking me for stuff and I got it. I'm tired of being able having to miss family functions because your family ain't broke. It's things you can't go to because you ain't got the money. I'm tired of seeing the community struggle when we have the means to change our direction in the palm of our freaking hands. I believe every Black community, if you in the hood, you need a podcast. If you live in the hood, especially if you young, oh, if a young person listen to me, oh my goodness, if you can get this old head knowledge now, please do. Please do. Start your side business, your side hustle. And if you don't know what your side business and your side hustle is, turn on your phone, okay? And start creating your everyday life content. You and your homies, you and your friends, you and your craziness. My podcast, I you know, I want to keep it 1,000 every time I show up here. Webcams pointing at me, people. Order off of Amazon. Okay, it's so funny. I watch still watching how to grow your YouTube and equipment on YouTube and from nothing. And you'll have people say, now if you have a webcam, you definitely want to upgrade from your webcam. You want to upgrade from the webcam that's in the actual laptop. Okay. All right. If you want welfare, if you want Social Security, don't be out there trying to figure out how you gonna get these state of the art. No, go on Amazon and order you $20, $30. Okay. You can spend $40 and get you a webcam with a light on it. One of these webcams actually has a light shining on me right now. Do you understand me? A ring light. I ordered my daughter a ring light off of Shein for $15. The same ring light I got right now that I spent $40 for. I'm just saying. When you start setting the intention, when you set that intention, you set that mindset, the universe, God, whatever you choose to believe, start opening up doorways and making things happen. Everything, and I mean everything that you think is happening to you, it's really happening for you. And last and certainly not least is visualization. Listen, you gotta visualize. And this is the fun part, y'all. See, you done got in your 40s and forgot how to use your imagination. See, remember when you was a kid, stop daydreaming? The daydreaming was your map to where you supposed to go. See, that daydream was your future. That's why you was dreaming it during the day, because it's really your reality. You was pulling in your reality. But see, you was taught that was a bad thing. You was taught that was a negative thing. Now, one thing I'm grateful about my parents is that my parents believed there was a time and a thing and a place to daydream. Imagine. They encouraged it. So I'm grateful for that. I'm extremely grateful for that. But if you wasn't encouraged to daydream, let me tell you that it's time to tap back in it. It's time to tap back in it. And how do you do it? Is when you start writing them things down, boo. Get them negative thoughts out of your head and start writing down your real goals. And then you write some affirmations to connect to them goals, so that even when you don't believe it, you say it. And if you really gangster, you go on and prepare yourself to order some bracelets. We gonna get this thing together. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not the part that I need to go to. I need to get help for. You know what I'm saying? Setting up the website, setting up the place for people to be able to come and actually buy them offline is something that I have to figure out, because I'm a creative. I am a creative, and it terrifies me and thinking of going in here and figuring out how to set up this website and all that. But guess what? Just like I'm telling you to do it anyway, your girl is going to do it anyway. I'm going to figure it out. Meanwhile, I said, well, I got to keep making a product. I ain't got no product to sell, and we won't be selling nothing. So when this product gets filled up and I feel secure, because I hate having to figure out going back and forth. Like, I want to get the product filled up and then be able to set up the website. And that's how my human design, my brain has to work and function. It's funny how we get so many advice on how we're supposed to move. But I'm going to teach y'all how to find out how you was created to move on this earth. See, once you know how you was designed to move on this earth, then you really have a direction. Then you know what type of people you need to go look up and find to be your coach. You understand what I'm saying? Because I just want to change your mindset. I just want to help you find your purpose. I want to help find your true north, and you to a coach that can help guide you in your direct direction. A lot of times we're finding a bunch of different coaches all over the place to help find that way. And I'm so grateful I have the gift to know how to do that. Using your imagination, visualizing that thing that you want, you visualize it as if it already exists, like it belonged to you. Y'all, I be imagining my Cadillac Escalade, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I can't wait to show y'all when I get it. I promise you, yo. That's my dream truck. I'll never forget the first time I sat in the Cadillac Escalade. I felt like I melted in the seats. And then when that man started driving, yo, you could not tell me we was floating on heaven, okay? I ain't felt a pothole, a bump, or nothing. And we were so high. I was like, Yes, honey, okay. Tell you. Good girl, go get her cake Escalade. You hear me? On the vision board, honey. All of them. Make sure you tap into that visualization, okay? Now, listen, we're going to get into the episode. This is why I knew I needed a podcast. When I started watching how to create YouTube channels, and they was like, you got to fit all this in like 10, 15 minutes. I said, oh, Lord, yeah. Yeah, he didn't create me that way. No, I'm not that one. The young girl, once I seen podcasts, you can just sit there and do your ones and twos. Cause I gotta give it to you straight, no chasing, y'all. Straight, no chasing. So today, let me ask you a question. How do we figure out purpose? Like, do you know? Or are you so lost and stuck? That you don't even know. You just like, my purpose is to raise my kids. That's not your purpose. Your purpose is made to be a mother. I get that. I understand that. You always knew I have a daughter. She came out mother. Okay. Her mom is her nickname is the Moms. My daughter came out being everybody's mother. So I get it. I understand it. I raised one of them. But your children is going to grow and have their own damn life. And they be thinking about you. They gonna love you. They gonna adore you. They gonna come back. They gonna check on you. They gonna be there for you. They gonna create their own life. So your true purpose in being on this planet maybe partly have to do with you being a mother or a father. If you're a father who believes that, have mercy. Thank God. I love you. But you also is on this earth for another purpose. A reason to live, a reason to wake up every day. Now, if you don't know, we can talk about that. But if you do know, you know, you know, you just scared. We're gonna talk about how you can start breaking down those beliefs. And as usual, your girl got 5 steps, right? But before we start getting into that, if you have not subscribed to my channel and you are watching content, I need you to go ahead, pause this video, go on and subscribe, click that bell, okay? Leave me a comment with that thumbs up, letting me know that you did it, okay? That's what I need. I need you to go and hit that subscribe button because your girl needs to start walking. I'm tired of crawling, okay? I'm seeing my grandkids start getting up and walk, huh? I have 2 grandkids. God bless me, y'all. I gave birth to twin girls that 29 years old in January. I'm sorry, January. That's my day. In July. They'll be 29 years old in July. And then he turned around and blessed me with twin granddaughters. Y'all, I get to watch it all over again. And I made so many mistakes with them too. It's just going to be such a joy and pleasure to watch my baby girl who wanted to be a mother the day she was born raise her twins. I just got to watch these babies. Well, one of them, the other one, like, which was crazy. Because it's like literally watching her and her sister all over. You got one who was like, yeah, I don't even care about walking. You got it. And the other one over there like, yeah, I'm out of here. And get this. My granddaughter's initials, y'all, is I am. And this was intentional. It was intentional. Now, I ain't going to have respect for my daughter. I'm not going to say their actual names because she's very, like, she don't play about that. But y'all understand her mindset to know that she named her baby's initials I am on purpose. I'm just saying. Just saying. listen, how do you find your purpose? How to create that life purpose? In a world filled with constant change and uncertainty, many individuals seek a deeper sense of purpose and meaning to their lives. All of us do. Like, I'm sure after the big, COVID C word, we all, you sitting in the house, sitting in the room all day long. We ain't had nothing but time to think. That's it. Now, for me personally, I'm used to that life. But I remember this guy told me that he lost his identity. COVID made him lose his identity as a man. That did something. Now, if he wasn't my man at the time, it might have would have broke my heart. But I'm, looking at this grown man telling me that, and I just, you can't lead me anywhere. So you need therapy. But the thought of that, the thought of feeling like this circumstance and this situation made you lose your identity in yourself. That means that we as people have work to do. Because see, on the other side of this thing, this very same young man was able to get a job than anybody ever seen in my natural life. Okay, he had actual skills that if he really sat back for a minute and realized that, homeboy, you can sit down on YouTube and teach a person how to fix their own air conditioner. Because see, that was his thing, HVAC technician. They don't let you in their house or teach them how to do it. You understand what I'm like? I was just, he had a mindset for it. He didn't see how it was possible. But we open our phones all day, every day, right? Scroll Facebook. We are, as Black people, the largest consumers in the world and the brokest. That means that we're spending money that we don't even have to spend. The people who don't give a damn about us. I want to be free. We truly want to be free. We really want to have the money and the lifestyle. I told y'all, I had a friend, y'all, who told about everybody. Mama, she wore polo every day. And I went to her house and that girl ain't had a stick of furniture nowhere but her bedroom, okay? Nowhere but her bedroom. And she talked about everybody. That was after that, I had no respect. I was like, yo, I'm done. These like our priorities is jacked up. It's fucked. Our priorities is fucked up. That's just what it is. And we got to make better choices, better decisions. We want. We have a terrible habit of just worrying about the right now because I was ever taught. Right now, we have an opportunity to be able to change the future for your generation ahead. I'm 45 years old. I could just be doing this just to get a couple dollars so I can be all right. No. I quite understand that there's a strong possibility that the chances are of me having another 50 years on here, might have another 40. But I ain't personally trying to be 110 personally. That's God's will. That's his will. But personally, you understand what I'm saying? So this means I got some work to do, right? I got to get the work. And a lot of times we take this thing as saying, I should have been got to it. I ain't at time. But see, the beautiful thing about the internet, the beautiful thing about YouTube, the beautiful thing about this thing that we scroll on daily, consuming other people's content, is that we can create our own content. In the same way you making them other folks rich by you scrolling, honey. Do a little bit of research. Let me tell y'all something. Whoever hear this podcast, then you get this tip. Go and look up the social proof. I will make sure that the social proof link is in there. And I will even make sure that the podcast episode that I am talking about with Isaac Hayes, I'm going to make sure that I put it in the link. I don't know. People we may or may not know about fan base, but fan base is a content creator's social media app. And it's created for content creators to start making money from the rip. Well, he has opened it up to allow us basically getting the ground level of Facebook. Like finding out about Facebook and like Mark Zuckerberg, like you just had a blink into the future. Okay. Like imagine that. Imagine if you had gotten in the ground floor of Amazon. Okay. Imagine that. This is an opportunity to get in the ground floor. In the ground floor. Okay. Y'all. He is opening up fan base to be able to buy shares because he has to raise capital. You buy the share, guess what, y'all? $300. $300. Now, I'm the first to understand it. Be transparent with you. I haven't bought it. I don't have whole $300 outside of bills, all the other stuff to have to do right now. So I'm saving for it. Almost there. Your girl is almost there. Do you understand me? Stocks is how this country got rich. People investing in businesses that made money is how the richest has gotten rich. Okay? Please, don't take my word for it. I don't even have, get this, you have to go to that episode to even get the link to the podcast. To be able to get the link to be able to get your shares. All right. You're gonna have to do the footwork. But I'm telling you, do you understand me? And you can go and download Fanbase right now. I have it on one of these devices. And Fanbase TikTok is the next thing because it's a lot. Like I'm not gonna act like it's not a lot. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta start. You gotta start. You to start. You got to get in the habit of knowing what you're doing. Like I'm about to start adding, incorporating these other platforms in. But I had to figure this thing out. You feel what I'm saying? Don't let nothing stop you. If you only want to use YouTube and YouTube alone, you have a high chance of starting to make money a whole lot quicker than any other platform. This is why I stay on Facebook, because Facebook can make sure you get money. Instagram is just connected to. Listen, I want you to understand when you're ready, it's so crazy. When you're ready for your purpose, it goes right next to coincidence with periods of significant transformations. You know what I mean? Like you lost your job. You feel like you're elevating, like you ready for something else. It's like it's another level out there. It's something else out there. Like this can't be my reality. Like you wake up every day and walk outside and just be like, this cannot be my reality. But you don't have a clue of what to do about it. I understand. The thing is to let you know that it's letting you know that it's that time. It's that time to change. Relationships around you start changing. Your friends, all of a sudden, y'all not in line with the same things. Y'all don't like the same things anymore. You're not into the same type of stuff anymore. Or you got a friend who's a little bit more negative than you. You look at things a lot more positive, and you just like you feel like I can't If you feel like you got a friend that you can't grow with, I know it's hard. I had to let go friends. I had to let go people very close to me. I had to choose to be in a place of isolation and understand why. It took a long time, y'all. I complained too long. I complained for too long. Stop complaining about it and understand it's a reason. Everything that's happening is for a reason. Especially if you have a big dream and it seems like it's too far to even touch. It seems like it's absolutely impossible. I promise you, you're at the perfect place in your life. It's right where you need to be. So we're going to get into self-discovering, diving into core values, passions, and interests to uncover them personal meanings. We're going to talk about goal setting. Listen, we mess around on every single podcast episode because you can't do anything without a goal. Even if you don't know how you reach that goal, you got to have that. And if you don't know, that's something we can talk about because every last one of us have a purpose. Every last one of us have a gift. Every last one of us do. If you need a podcast, I would tell the person who don't think they don't know what they're supposed to be here for to start a podcast. Talk about whatever interests you, what's ever important to you. You don't have to start a video podcast, but when you start into the lane of creating and finding a place for you in this planet, on this earth, leave part of you here. Because all of us was uniquely born for a reason. See, we used to be raised to believe that only certain percentages of people, right, were the lucky, right? That 1% who become famous or become stars and all that. I believe that too. I believe my dreams was just a figment of my imagination, and my life consists of what was going on in front of me at the moment. And then the point of dreaming of anything different is stupid. It's a waste of time. I promise you, I fell right into that trap. Right into the trap. Like, the Matrix is real. Please believe me. Please understand me. If you are anywhere by the sound of my voice, the Matrix is real. Please take the pill. Wake up, y'all. And it's not to say that it's going to be easy to wake up, but at least you know why the fuck you're here. Something to work for, right? You got something to work for. Embracing change. Understanding that things and changes are happening for your greatness. It's happening for a reason. It's lessons you need to learn. It's things you need to understand in your life, not by an accident. It wasn't a mistake that you had that man. Let me tell you something, ladies. That relationship that you felt like was a waste of time, it was not a waste of time, my loves. The lesson in it that you needed to learn. And if you don't sit down and write it out, you won't learn the lesson. And every time you think of him and you're complaining about him, you're out of alignment. You're still not learning your lesson because the lesson ain't got to do with him. Just like the relationship he was in with you, his issue was ain't got nothing to do with you, everything to do with him. Because a man that's truly aligned for you and you align for him, he can't breathe without making sure that you are good. You are his thought in the morning and the last thing he think about before he go to sleep. His purpose in life is not only to please God, to please his purpose of being on this earth, which aligns with you because you are a part of his purpose. So if you somebody that don't make you feel like or don't allow you to feel like you are part of his purpose, then y'all not aligned and you need to let him go. And I get it. I had to let somebody go that I've been in love with for years. I ain't never thought I would ever get him. And when I finally got him, it was such a disappointment. But I still but kept telling myself, I don't like no. Like you always get up, Chrissy. Let him see the light. Let him see what's possible, right? Ladies, we have a terrible habit of sacrificing our own mental health to try to save a man that don't want to save himself. Furthermore, don't feel like he's a problem. He's savable. But can I say you can't raise a man? He's already grown. What you gonna do? That's what it is. They all don't act like boys, but he raised. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm looking for a man who had a daddy. I was a single mother for 30 years. But I also had a daddy. I'm tired. I'm raising a son without a daddy. I don't want to be with another man who didn't have a daddy in their life because I'm tired. Because they want their mamas too. And I ain't come here to be your mama. I came to be your girl. Right? You got to recognize when change is happening, when change is coming. You got to know your trigger. You got to know your boundary. And sometimes when you have a boundary, when you start setting these goals and these priorities and these destinations, right? You'll find out that you have a priority that you set that you ain't even realize you set until somebody said something that crossed that motherfucker. And you was like, oh, nobody. Now you gotta adapt to this change. Go back to where you just came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, but don't let that stop you. Because you really don't. It's so many new things in that relationship. It was so many like I done created a 30-day mindset challenge that where I will be figuring out how we gonna release. I done created an ebook. I done workbooks. Like I done created all. I'm like, what is going on here? Then I understand you start to get to know yourself, right? You connecting with astrology, and not so much deep in astrology, you know, the alignment of the stars, and just understanding your birth chart, the energy that's happening right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? To understand what's going on, and we're about to have, well, by the time this video released, it already passed, but the full moon in Sagittarius. This energy right now, a lot of times, a lot of us is having this urge to get some work done. Queen Pope called it busy bee. You feel like a busy bee, right? You got to know when you start aligning yourself, you recognize, well, I'm in alignment because my life is in line with the energy that's going on. So I just got to stay. I keep my eye on the prize. That relationship was a lesson that you needed to learn. So learn it. Find out what it is. So that when change comes, you embrace it. Acknowledge change as an opportunity for growth and for self-development. Just challenges and support. Overcoming obstacles. Seeking guidance from others helps you overcome obstacles. Affirmations help overcome some obstacles. Meditation will help you overcome those obstacles. Getting you a coach. Getting you a therapist. Psychotherapy in my life. If you one of them, like me, been in therapy for many years and you're tired of talking to people, find you a psychotherapist. Look on your insurance and find somewhere that's teaching dialectical behavior, DBT for short. Go find the resource out there. I told y'all I spent 25 years in and out of hospitals. And once I got introduced to dialectical behavior, I've not been back. The last time I've been in a hospital was 2015. The last time I tried to self-harm myself was 2015. I take my word for it, I'm telling, but I know, y'all. Contributions, finding purpose through making positive impact on others in the world. See, once you are healed, it's your obligation. Once you find out, once you recognize, once you know what your purpose is, this is your obligation. This is your job. This is what you were supposed to do. See, finding your purpose is encouraging individuals to navigate life transformation. Finding your purpose is finding clarity. Finding your purpose tells you how resilient you are. Finding your purpose gives you a reason to get out of bed every day. And get this, unless you going to work, the job you working at, you work at for free. If you work it for free, then you're lined up. Okay? I understand that people have careers. I told y'all my daughter wants to be a pediatrician. She want to be a doctor. Okay? Won't let that dream die. Period. It looks like that she will be starting school at 30 years old, which means that she probably be 40 when she becomes officially a doctor. We don't give a shit though. You ain't gonna quit. You gonna keep doing it and reach that goal. And she's 29 years old and still says with everything in her being, then that's what she wants to be. Then that's what it is. In order to line up to that purpose, though, it's not going to just come to you. It's not going to just fall out in the sky. You got to do the work. You got to make sure your mind is right. One of the things that took my daughter so long is, this day and age, and she's a single mother. This particular twin, single mom. She was the one I was telling y'all last week that was able to finally get into a shelter. And I know it's like crazy, but this is the reality. This is the reality of what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? My daughter got to the point she did not want to live with my mother anymore. And though she is a high school graduate, has a full-time job, has some college degrees, she worked for Amazon, it's still very difficult. I have a young lady who's renting a room for me right now because it's too difficult. All the requirements, you don't make enough money to have. You either don't make enough or you make too little. It's what's going on right now. This is why it's imperative to have a side hustle. It's imperative to have either you have a side business or you need to find out what your purpose is. Because your job that you wake up to work on every day is not your purpose, but you devote your life to this mess in your life purpose. Because if it was, your life will be aligned up in the direction that it needs to go. You know it's supposed to go. You will feel complete, whole in everything that you do. You will work at your job and they wouldn't have to pay you a if you were completely lined up to where you were supposed to be. I'm just saying, if we're going to talk about purpose, we're going to talk about purpose. All right, now. So, what we're going to talk about today, values, interests, meaningful goals, and growth, and now your contribution. Okay? So, I want you to understand, what does transformation mean to you? Understanding transformation. Can you share your personal experience of something that you want to transform in your life? Share to me something that you have gone through and you know you have came out on the other side of it. And we all have. We all had a circumstance, thing, or something that happened to us that you would think. I remember when I was locked up, and I remember sitting, it's so crazy. It seems so long ago now. But I remember sitting in that cell saying to myself, well, I know I didn't kill nobody. Because see, in Montgomery County, if you go in there for a probation violation, you know you're sitting for 30 days, 3 months. You know it's no more than 6 months. You hope it's like 6 weeks, right? But you don't know. You don't see a judge. You don't see lock you up and put you in there, and you sit, and every day it's a question. You feel what I'm saying? I remember telling myself every day, well, I know they ain't kill nobody, so they can't keep me in here forever. I knew I had something transformed. I didn't understand that I was going through my cocoon period. God has put me in my cocoon. See, I was being a caterpillar. I was crawling around long ago. It was time for me to merge and become the butterfly I was born to be. But in order to do that, I had to go in cocoon. See, in order for you to find your purpose, you have to go into a cocoon. It's not going to just happen. It's not going to just wake up. You're not going to just wake up and fall in line with knowing how you going to get to where you going. Being so confused. It seemed like I knew how they was going to get there. Everything I was trying wasn't working. All the illegal stuff that I was doing for about a hot second, and then it was gone. I go to jail. They had nothing to show for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I never was able to work at 9 to 5. It was hard. I found out my human design. Then I understood why it was so hard. Why the only job I was able to work was either waitress or security, because of how I was designed and how I was created. I was not born to work like that. A lot of us is out here working ourselves to the bone, tired and hated, and was told that this is the only answer. And you don't think it's another option. You don't even know you wasn't even created to work like that. Ain't that about a bitch? You don't even know it. You start going for your purpose, setting meaningful goals. You can't just that. And this is another thing. We say, all right, this is what I want to do. You ain't got a clue how you want to do it. You just then you mad at yourself when you don't reach this goal. It's not a goal that made any sense. I create goals that align to where you're going. Okay. You gotta take one step in front of the other. That's all you do. And just like the YouTube channel, you gotta start crawling. Only way I can walk is by you subscribing. The only way I can start walking is by you clicking the like button. The only way I can start walking is by you leaving a comment. I'm gonna keep on crawling, though, right? I ain't gonna stop and just sit here. No, I don't want to be a baby forever. I don't want to crawl forever. Ooh, I drink some water. Throat. I'm gonna push this little button right here, so y'all don't necessarily have to hear me coughing up. I mean, we in a video, he hit the light go out. Your girl had to cough. Okay. All right. So, and contributing to the others. Listen, this is my contribution. You understand me? I'm not on here worried about, when I'm going to get this money. And I'm not going to say that this is not a thought. It absolutely is. But I also going to tell you that God provides for me every single day. And I don't want need for nothing. And everybody around me is being blessed. My baby boy, my oldest son just got a car for little to next to nothing. You understand? And he prayed and prayed and prayed. And that thing blesses not just him, but all of us in my house. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, contributing, doing for others. I told you that purpose of yours, that thing that aligns to what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do it to be able to do it for absolutely free. And the money will flow to you because you align to what it is you're supposed to do. Now, see, as much as I know that I need to generate money, and I know that I got to put myself in situations and that money is important, it's my God. Because, see, one thing I had to learn during these few years of this heartache and struggle is I refuse to do anything illegal. And the little stuff that I did try, like, maybe try to sell some weed or something. It never worked out. It did not work out. And you can sell water to a well. And all of a sudden, I couldn't sell food to a home. Do you understand me? It was horrible. Horrible. But see, when you have a purpose, and if you have a mission, a lot of us have missions, and we're not aligned. And I'm really talking to you. I'm really talking to you who know you got something deep in you. I always knew I was different. I always knew I wasn't like everybody else. I always had to be that that one that always got hope, got to be the positive one, that one chick in a year. That was me. Even illegal, even in my crime, I still had a heart. I still was like, y'all, come on. I was in the streets, y'all, and I ain't a rapper. I ain't about to be on here. I was just, I was. Whew. I'm from the heart of North Philly. Okay, I knew me and Meek Mill's mom, like right in when he talking about Montgomery, yeah, that's where I'm from. I knew Meek before he became Meek. Okay, no bullshit, no none of that, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Like Temple University College. Now it's a little. They done gentrified. That gentrification. Even then, though, you'll talk to some of them Temple students. They ain't but so gentrified because all you did was just give niggas a reason people to rob. That's what the gentrification gave niggas people to rob. That's what it did. Let me stop. I'm just telling the truth, y'all. For real. Listen, we gonna get into the steps. I just want y'all to understand the importance. This thing is serious. Like we're out here just walking aimlessly. You feel what I'm saying? We're zombies. We're a bunch of freaking zombies walking around here in the hood. Do you understand me? Like, we're a bunch of zombies, and we're so used to living in zombie land. You know what I mean? The only person you know who made it out the hood, who really had a life, they either got accepted basketball, made it in my hood, it was Meek. You feel what I'm saying? Or you had Kevin. You feel Kevin from my hood, Erie Avenue. Feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Spank. That was maybe. Do you understand what I'm telling y'all? Like, it's so possible. And we thought that was the only way. And at one point in time, it was the other way. Or 30, right? At one point in time, that was. Can anyone to tell you that you're unique, crazy, self, that hood chick, you the one that's the funny, right? That everybody over at your house, you boo, you the one who's supposed to have a podcast. Yep. Yeah. It's time for us to start closing the gap. This big ass gap. They talking about this big ass wealth gap. Let me be the one to tell you that it's possible for us to think about it. That's something. We can do something about it. Yes, you can. You can really make a decision to say, you know what, I'm not going to keep getting on social media just to scroll a while. I'm going to create something to generate me some money. As you know, Black people is the most unique human beings ever created. That's for a reason. Enough money for every last one of us, because that's the belief that it's not enough for all of us. But see, once you start learning and start breaking down these negative, you start reprogramming your mind, honey, and wait to start contributing. You can't wait to come and tell your brothers and sisters, I can't wait till my money match my passion so I can come back and help that very one. You sitting here watching who think it's not possible and you just want to watch me do it. Don't give up on your dream. I'll give you that. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Don't give up on your dream though. Keep doing research on it. Keep doing it. Keep watching me, but make sure you keep keeping that dream in the forefront. So when you see me wake up and I be like, and I come on here talking about I got my first YouTube check. I come on here and saying, yo, my products is selling, y'all. When I come over here and telling you, oh my goodness, y'all, my master class, how they created my first master class, and y'all buying it. When I come on here and I'm letting you know that your girl that made $40,000 in 1 month, when you hit up, then listen. And maybe by then I'll be set up. I'll be set up to be able to help you reach your goal and your dreams. Because my ultimate goal is to have a nonprofit. I want to help change somebody else's life. If you don't believe it so, all of us, every last one of us, I used to think it too. I used to think it was a luck of a draw. Like that lucky one. I used to watch people on TV. Let me tell you all the people I used to watch on TV and envy and wish I was them. And now you find out they was going through stuff like Dan. Nickelodeon, who else was in Disney Kid? Yeah, didn't find out these kids was tortured. Yo, I remember I used to be like, my mom, she hates me. She won't let me be a star. My mom was like, hell no. Nah, we're not going to Florida to Disney World. I want to be a star. Like, I don't know. Thank God. Thank God, y'all. Listen. Wanting to go to R. Kelly concert. Elder was like, absolutely not, y'all. He'd have still had in that house. I ain't lying, yo. I ain't lying. I am not. Know you got a purpose. And if you find yourself always protected from stuff, you really got a purpose, y'all. Come on, y'all. Who survives trying to kill themselves for 30 times? 30 times. Who survives that? Like, and I'm pretty sure, might not get monetized this episode. But who tries to like hurt themselves over 30 times and still tell? And I said, I know it's over 30. Like, I can't even say that number anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Because some of it was conscious and some of it was unconscious. Like doing 2 8-balls in one night, unconscious way of die. I'm just know this, okay? Let's get in the steps. Let's get in the steps. Because these time is getting up and up. But I gotta do the assignment. Okay. So step reflect on your core values. Take time to identify and reflect on your core values. What are the most important to you? What is your bottom line? Everybody got that line in the sand. And if you don't, you really need to sit there and start and you really need to do this. Consider how these values align with your actions and decisions. Now, this means that if you're truly a person who believes in uplifting and positivity, but you contribute to the breakdown of society, such as, I don't know, selling drugs, sitting with your homegirl, hearing her talk mess that don't make no sense, and instead of you saying, yo, sis, we got to think more better than that. We got to uplift from that. No, you fall in line with the same nonsense. But you go home, you know deep down inside, you ain't that you didn't like. Those are the things. On that, what you think, what you feel, to how you living, how you walking, how you talking, how you move. And that's not saying to be perfect, y'all. I'm far from perfect. My patience is spit. It is. That's why God keep putting me in situations that force me to have to be patient and hate it. But I'm not perfect. It's still I'll always have to work on. We always gonna be working on. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm probably gonna be cussing and smoking weed for the rest of my natural life. It's just the reality. You feel what I'm saying? To the like of my mama, but that just might be pretty much my reality. You feel what I'm saying? And it's not to say that I don't have an vocabulary, because I just enjoy cussing personally. It's just, personally. And I try not to, you know, cuss for no reason, you know. But if I say it because I mean it and I want you to understand and hear behind what I'm saying, real shit. Like, because it's times and we keep wasting time and times are changing as we're wasting it. And it's going to get to the point not even going to understand. If y'all think that all the laws that they're changing now for women's rights ain't going to have nothing to do with fighting to say that they don't want us to be on welfare no more, you think that ain't going to happen, let me be the one to tell you, boo. It's right around the corner, honey. Corner. It's going to get to a point that you ain't even going to understand what poor is. And at that point, we can't look in and say that the white man did this. We can't look and say it's systematic racism. We can't say that. We absolutely can't say it because we may don't get paid equally, but that don't change the fact that we do get paid well. Well, content creation, there is no cap. Making millions of dollars to just being a natural born, giving weird ass self. How I know? Because I'm weird as hell. And this podcast is going to change my life. Being a motivational speaker is going to change my life. Being a mindset coach is going to change my life. Speaking of that, if you are struggling and you need to have a mindset coach, you can DM me on social media. You can find me on Instagram with Becoming a Butterfly _podcast. And on Facebook at Becoming a Butterfly Pod. Price is $97 an hour. And we can talk. Okay? We could definitely talk. But I am starting to walk in a path that I was born to do. Always been giving people advice. People always been coming to me for their help. But I have to line up to my purpose. I have to line up to where God, and your purpose frees you. And whatever freedom means to you. And for us, majority of us is financial. Majority of us is financial. It also comes along with that you learn how to be financial, how to start saving, it ain't about perfection because a girl ain't perfect. I'm far from where I used to be. Okay? So you have to line up with your core values. Who that you were put on this earth? What was you created? If you had to write a mission statement for your life, what would it be? For me, it's never to become my better self. It's never too late to elevate. Okay? Step 2, explore your interests and passions. Now listen, you have to write down the things that you're interested in, activities that ignite your curiosity, anything that you go, check it out. See what it do for you. See what it do for you. Like, that's not a feeling, that's not a thought, it's not there for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? That's a contract. Your soul contract you signed before you got here. That's what that, like, that's that whole thing of having a purpose but not knowing, because you had left your life clues. You feel what I'm saying? That's what life is. It's clues to lead you to your purpose, and your job, your only job, is to find out what that purpose is as quickly as you possibly can. And the longer it takes you, the more lessons you need to learn, the more knowledge you need to have, the more information you need to obtain. You understand me? So those who did until they was 40, it was supposed to be like that, because all the information that you done collected in the last 40 years is needed for you to be where you go. You know how I know? Because every hell and cubbyhole and dark, dingy places that I have crawled my ass from was all needed for me to show up here to be the beautiful, darling light that I am here today. I needed every bit of it. See, I may ain't graduate from high school, and I may ain't go to college, but your girl sure enough graduated from the school or not likes. I got a master's, you understand me? And I'm getting my doctorates. I'm watching on a bird's eye view now. I don't, you understand what I'm saying? This right now, my doctorate degree. And when my bank account match that degree, then your girl has finally started the journey of financial freedom, because it's just a start. That's just the beginning. You want to know who you for real? Wait till you ain't got to worry about no money no more. I can't wait. I'm doing so much work on myself because I really want to be a good woman. Woman with integrity. I want to be a businesswoman with a. I don't want you to see when you see me as a businesswoman. I want you to see yourself in me, and that if I did it, this crazy girl on Social Security was able to change her life. You, there's no reason why you. All right. So go out there, your interests, do things that you always wanted to do but never tried. Go do it. Okay. See what gives you that energy, that gives you that, turns you on. Let me tell y'all something, and this might be TMI. Okay. First time I seen a friend of mine take a paintbrush and put that thing on canvas, y'all, I had a whole orgasm. I promise you. It was like an outer body experience. That thing did something to me. And there was a year later from that, a multi-millionaire who buys paintings purposely, travels, he's a collector, one of my paintings, and took me to his house to show me where he put my paintings next to what he paid $2.3 million for. Like, can you sell paintings? I love to paint, really like a pastime hobby, but it's expensive, and I haven't done it in a long time because it costs a lot of money to paint. It taught me how to dream. It taught me how to take this blank canvas and turn it into something that someone wanted to pay for, something that somebody thought was, because I didn't even know my worth. I offered 500. He gave me 15 because he wanted me to understand what I was worth. Then he took me to his house and showed me where he paid, put my painting right next to a painting he paid millions for. Do you understand? It was a, eye-opening experience. It showed me that I am meant for so much more than even what I understood. Do you understand what I'm saying? Please understand that you are not here by accident. It's a purpose why you're here. So find out. Work. Go find out what interests you. Go find out what you like. Step 3, set meaningful goals. Define meaningful goals that align with your values and your interests. The whole point of finding out what's important to you, what aligns to you. These goals should inspire you. It should you. It should help you take in a direction to take action. Actionable steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Know them steps that you need to take. I knew that I started this podcast. I didn't know that I was going to be a mindset coach. I knew I wanted to be a life coach. When I started this podcast, I knew that this was going to directly line me straight to the direction. I didn't know I wanted to be a motivational speaker until I heard me sit on here speaking to y'all and understood that this is what my purpose. This is to do. The very first time I recorded a podcast episode, and I ended that recording. Yo, I went live when I first started doing my podcast. I started going live. It was like I literally, the Matrix was reborn and shit got real. Life got really real. My back rent is paid. If anybody is watching this and you have been watching me since the podcast released on Facebook, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And real quick story, real fast. So I end up in a situation. My house is subsidy, but it's people who suffer from different mental disorders, and apparently this subsidy program has this rule or law that when your child turns 18, they are required to pay more than even you are required for. My oldest son graduated high school when he was 20 because of his birthday, and he had to repeat the grade, but mostly because of his birthday and COVID. So he slipped under the radar. But my youngest son turned 18, it tripped, and they seen now I had 2 sons that turned 18, and now all of a sudden they're demanding, they refuse to pay their portion of the rent, which caused me to be behind. And that was what led me to start the podcast, because instead of me looking at this situation as it being in the world, the other side of that was my sons, they went to college, they wouldn't have to pay anything. And my oldest son, I wanted him to go to college for a very long time. And y'all, that situation caused both my sons to have to sign up for college. And that, for me, blessing. If that was the reason why I go through such a traumatic thing, then guess what? I would be grateful for it. And now I am being the spokesperson to help change this rule and this law. And I'm speaking to the people who has connected, because this isn't right. Like, how are you? I just want anybody. If you are listening to my voice and you allow your 18-year-old to be responsible for your rent and your mortgage, sneezed out of high school, put it in the chat. If you will allow, put it in the chat. And if you wouldn't put it in the chat, hell no. Do you understand? Hell no. Like, who would do that? Like, why would you make up a rule that you wouldn't do for yourself? And then you have these rules for people who suffer. So you mean to tell me that all this work, all these years to make sure that I'm up to date on my rent, that I'm consistent with my bills, that I am doing what I'm supposed to this girl who used to get evicted and never pay no bills. I do on my, and as soon as my babies turned 8, I broke freedom. You done put another rope around my throat. You might as well pull it and hang me, because a lot of people couldn't make it out of that. Why would you do this to us? I'm doing what I can do. I fight this to change this because it ain't right. It ain't right. Period. Goals. Aligning in your purpose. Things like that start falling in line in your goals. That became a part of my goal. That's my life's mission, is to get changed. Not just for me, but for women behind me. For that woman that who might not didn't get, just because you this program don't mean you received the therapy that I got. You understand what I'm saying? Like, who didn't get the therapy I got, who this very thinking sent right back to the mental hospital, if not to the grave, thinking that their children are better off. Why? Because see, if you can't afford to pay that amount of money, your kids ain't working and they ain't going to school, can't go to school for whatever reason, they will make you move out of your house and your children will become evicted. Your kid, because we all know 18 don't make you grown. Hell, 21 don't make you grown. My youngest is extremely mature, but he ain't about to go find no house to live on his own. He ain't ready to pay that kind of money. Step 4, we want to change and growth. Now, this, guys, listen, this part, and it's scary, and it's confusing, and it can feel conflicted. It can feel like it's going completely against the direction that you were trying to go. But it's all happening for your strength. It's happening for your resilience. It's happening for, is this thing you want? Let me tell you something. Things that are easy to us, we don't cherish, we don't value, and we don't care. But if you had to grind, if you had to fight through losing loved ones, you have to keep pushing through financial struggles, you have to keep pushing through kids acting asses, you got to keep pushing through losing friends, losing relationships, being isolated, alone, still finding joy. I spend 98% of my time alone. I had to find some peace in that. Because every time I tried to force a man in my life, it was disastrous. Every time I tried to force a relationship, it was disastrous. I went from living in Philly and was able to get a man at the drop of a hat to live in Trenton, and it just seemed like everybody was scared to talk to me, and it was who was willing to to throw their asses back in the water. Look, understanding that everything that's happening to your life, that's going on around, it is for a reason. And when you embrace that, when you acknowledge, accept that, things start making sense. Revelations start to happen. You start to understand why you're in the situation you're in. The mission that I am on was big. God needed me to be isolated and alone with no distractions and interference from any outside people. I'm a girl's girl. I want to be with my homies. I'm a Queen Poe. I like the energy and fun and be in a mix. I'm also introvert, extrovert, introvert. That's that twin. That's why they always think that we're, because we can be all of everything, all at once, and nothing at all. But we all can. So embrace the change. View life transformations as opportunities for growth and self-development. Embrace change as open-minded as you possibly can to learn from new experiences. Like, stop saying no, I don't do that. How do you know what you don't do if you ain't tried? Now, we're not talking about going against your imperative to decide Draw that line in the sand. What is your absolute? You know what my favorite thing is? Yo, when I create my mindset journal, yo, that thing is gonna be something dope. It's gonna be something different, yo. Like for real, seriously, write down them non-negotiables, them things that will never, the negotiables. Right here, this is what I'm going to carry to the rest of my life. It's certain things I'm a man you ain't going to have forever. You feel what I'm saying? The first time a man put their hands on me, if he don't meet his maker, will be the last time he ever see me. It non-negotiable. Period. There's no coming. There's no baby. I'm sorry. No none of that. It's over. You feel what I'm saying? But then you got the rules. You got them seasonal boundaries, and you're supposed to. Every boundary you create is not supposed to be your life. A lot of times we create boundaries for trauma and fear. We're saying no to the very thing that's supposed to elevate and bless us. You're saying no to the very thing that's supposed to change your life. And you only say that because you're scared because you're a punk. Yeah, I'm calling you out. You're a punk. You will fight anybody in the street, but you won't fight for your own self and your own life. My life will spend so much time to get dressed, to look handsome, to smell good, to put on the best clothes, to make sure his hair is done, to spend the best money on the good products. Right? You do all this, get as drunk as you possibly can, and destroy your liver, to kill your insides, and to end up in 5 to 10 years on dialysis for the rest of your life. I'm smiling, but I'm not. I'm laughing, but I'm not. You spend all this time to smell, oh, ugh, sexy, just to murder your insides on a daily basis. So much so that your mind, that you will go out here and hustle and bust your ass to drink. You gotta know who you are. You gotta know who your purpose is and understand that change and growth is going to do nothing but elevate you and make you resilient. Understand challenges are, it's invaluable. You need it. There is no test without a test. It just isn't. You can also learn personal development and resilience. Can you believe that? Like it, but those things break you down. It's what you're supposed to go to. It's supposed to go through because that whole giving back, yeah, that's your breakthrough. That's been able to show, like, I did it, you can do it too. So that's when we get to step 5. And that's when you have to contribute to others. Find ways to contribute to the well-being of others, whether it's through the acts of volunteering or supporting a cause that you strongly believe in. Giving back can create a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Recognize the impact you can have on others, help change other people's lives. I'm not just doing. I'm showing here, my honest truth, telling you my life, everything that I've gone through, encouraging you because I want you to get up and change your life so you can do it for somebody else, and so on and so on. Favorite movies, favorite movies. Just pay it for. I knew I was different then. In my mind, I wanted to watch that movie over and over and over and over again. That pay it forward, all I want you to do is take what I'm telling you, what you're learning from me, and teach it to somebody. You become better so you can help somebody else become better. We can't keep walking around here complaining about what's going on in this world and we ain't doing nothing about it. We not voting. We not electing the right people. We're not sitting back only relying on politics to make a difference in our lives. You know, business owners bring jobs. The people who run this world isn't the politicians, it's the businessmen. Y'all do know this, right? The politicians do what business people tell them to do. Toxic Texan is doing what they're doing because some rich ass businessman in Texas is trolling all of them doggone politicians in Texas. That's why Texas is reverting back to 1956. Okay, it's a rich businessman. It ain't this in there. He's a puppet, and it's a string connected to him. Find the one that's connected to the string. Find out where the problem is. Period. But the truth of the matter is this country is ran by businessmen. I don't know a whole lot of black people getting money. It's like the mess out of a whole lot of white folks, but we gotta get tired of letting them be scared and understand we got the power just like they do. Yes, we do. These devices that you would talk shit on all day. You know, these devices that you get on with. You know, these devices that you sit and scroll social media and look at other people's crap all day. You know, the one you sit and gossip on, that you talk about people on, that you're arguing with a perfect stranger right now, right? Right? So stop wasting your time. Stop living a life without purpose. Stop walking around here knowing that you have a goal. You're preventing people from reaching their blessings because you don't want to step into your blessing. Come on, for real. You stop someone else from reaching their greatness because you don't want to step into your greatness. You that comfortable with being broke? You that comfortable with being poor? I don't know about you, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. This less than $1,000 a month. I'm when bread is damn near $10. They not raising the poverty high enough for where this is like with the cost of come on. My son went to the store and spent $30 on toilet paper and paper towels. $30 on toilet paper and paper towels. Come on. We for no doggone reason. For no reason. Because you scared. You make money. You scared to take it. You working your ass off for somebody else and making somebody said that to me. I'd rather go and make somebody else rich than to bet on yourself. For real. You do know you live in somebody else's house. Obviously, that ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing because you would be in your own crib if that one was doing what it needs to be doing, Miss Supervisor. It's the truth. I know you hate to hear it. Sounds a little mean. I love you. I promise. But understand that you are living in your purpose. You're living in somebody else's purpose. And else's purpose. And you're bringing someone else's purpose to life on your free time because you're working from home and going to work. Come on, y'all. All right, guys. So listen, this is the end. We have come to the end. If you have watched this whole episode, then that means you really roll with your sister. Like you really bang with me. So I know that you don't watch this whole video. And not only did you subscribe, but you left me a dope ass comment. You went down there in that comment, you told me something. You did. You told me what interest you told me. All right, listen. So this is what we gonna do. I have some questions. I got some questions. I got 3 questions for you. Okay. Put the answers to questions in the comment. Okay, I need it in the comment section. What steps will you take today to align your actions with your newfound purpose? What are you going to do today? What is the very first thing you're going to do today? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Okay. Your second question: how can you embrace change as an opportunity for growth and discover? What can you do? Give me one thing that you can do to be able to embrace this change that's happening. I know I can tell you, for me, when I recognize this change happening, I try to do it good or bad. Okay. I try to, if it's bad, I'm looking for the lesson. I'm asking, what lesson is it that I need to learn from this lesson? Especially if it was something that I really, really wanted and it ended up not being good for me, right? And not allowing it to sit around and do even more damage, that I recognize for me and let it go. You got to discover, what do this change mean? Once I recognize what it meant, ooh, Pac-Man, and you made the next level. Like, if you like to play games, I'm telling you, better get with it. Get with it. That growth, that change you feeling, that's making it to the next level. Elevate it to the next level. And third question: in what way will you contribute to others, knowing that it adds depth and meaning to your own journey? See, let me tell you something, y'all. One of the reasons I stopped doing like huge batches of my podcast, because I wanted to be as authentic and current what's presently happening to my life as I possibly can. Which means that I only can batch maybe about 2 episodes, 3 at the time most. But like, I'm going to record my next video. So you see me in the same shirt, because I ain't doing it. I got to get up here and look for a whole nother shirt. We ain't doing it. We gonna wait about an hour or so, get a little break, and we gonna come back and record next week's episode. Okay. Just, but I wanted to be more current about what's currently happening to me, right? Because I want y'all to know that this journey is real. And but everything that I'm learning, everything that I've already learned, that I've already overcome, what I'm learning now, I'll be able to teach. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'll be able to teach how to be able to create and start your own podcast and how to build it. And I'll be able to teach that thing step by step by step. You feel what I'm saying? 5 years from now, honey, I'm going to teach you how to have a 6-figure podcast. You feel me? Right now, I could teach you how to reset your mindset, because your girl had to learn how to stop getting high, stop committing crimes, stop sacrificing my soul, my body, my spirit. I had to learn how to find my passion. I had to learn why I'm a Gemini. Why am I also a Cancer, and also a Aries, and also a Sagittarius, and a Taurus? Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Or what's my human design? Why is it I always had a hard time working a 9 to 5? I was that chick who always called out because I hated going to work. Like, it was almost like it was against what I'm supposed to be doing. Why my energy was always the way it was. Huh? We'll talk about it. But I want to know, what will you contribute that not only adds depth to others, but it will also continually contribute to your journey? Because guess what? The more I feed y'all, the more you feed me. And it will elevate my journey as I pray that I elevate yours. Right? Guys, so listen, I'm so glad that you're with me. we're taking this thing one day at a time, one step at a time. I am getting me a coach next month. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not about myself to be your coach, and I don't have a coach for myself. You understand me? I'm getting me a coach next to help me with the back end of my business. So your girl can start making something so that I can be able to go live again. Cause I ain't gonna hold y'all. Keep going live with it looking crazy and sounding crazy every time I go and look at the importance. It's just I can't, like, if you know what I'm saying, like, you not watching it, I keep making a video that's not gonna get watched because I'm not capable of being able to have I need a larger computer. The situation is I done upgraded the internet. I done did all things, and the end of the day is I need a computer that can hold memory. And my computer is just it's at its capacity. And so it just can't manage doing on live right now. So we gonna figure out, we're gonna do what to do. We gonna have to understand what I'm saying. But I'm consistent in every other way. I know that I will be going 30 days on social media with my 30-day mindset challenge. Mindset that I need to reprogram. We always is going to have something that we want to need. You feel what I'm saying? That's why it's important to get the tools, because when you get the tools, you get tools to help change things in your life that is difficult. All right? I love you, every one of you. I am so grateful and happy that you'll watch. Please go watch last week's episode about affirmations. Your girl is getting her affirmations jewelry together. I wear them I wear my affirmation jewelry every single day. These are going to be, and let me know, guys. I'll post the other ones I made. These are made by accident, y'all. These right here. But I wanted affirmation jewelry that women can wear when they're getting elegant and something, like, real important they have to do, and you feel what I'm saying, but you still need that superpower sometimes, and I wanted you to be able to see those words that we need so much to help give the power that we need. But y'all, I made these. I said, oh, I gotta make these for my people still. Like, this is gonna be the everyday. This is the everyday we affirm to ourselves every single day. Okay. One of these, I'll tell you one of the ones I had put on here. So if you haven't ever heard of it, Donnie Wiggins, she is the host of the podcast Full Transparency. Absolutely amazing. She is who I'm going to have as my coach. She is a membership coaching course that gets about $100 a month, and it's absolutely worth it. And so she also created this soundtrack that you can find on YouTube, and it is called I Am the Shift. And so I have on my one of these bracelets, I put on here, I am the shift is me. And so when I'm feeling like that I'm not making a change, that I'm showing up here talking to myself and ain't nobody paying me no mind, I look at this bracelet and I remember that I am the shift, and the shift is me. And the change that I want, it begins and it starts with me. Okay, listen, go check it out. I'll leave a link to the song in the description if you would like to hear it. I'm telling you, it is a game changer for me. I listen to it every single morning. It's a part of my morning singing routine. Yes, you're a singer. I love to sing. I don't want to be a professional singer, but your girl can blow. So I will, that's what gives me my energy in the morning. It's the list of songs and some of them are spiritual and some of them are just plain old flat out motivational shit girl songs. Okay. All right, guys. I love each and every one of you. We've been here for 2 hours. This is the longest I've ever recorded. I'm gonna be crying editing this video, but hey, because it's for your purpose, and I think I'm just gonna edit the spaces in between. I don't know. I might just the way it is. Who knows? I don't know. But I love each and every one of you. And I will see you back here at the Butterfly Podcast, the place where it's to become your better self. I'm your host, Christina Butterfly, and I love you. So remember that nothing is happening to you, but it's happening for you, for your greatness. So go out and be great. All right, guys, I love you.